Have you ever wondered what the secret to true wisdom is? It's a question that has echoed through the halls of history, and today we're going to journey back to ancient China to find an answer. Our story begins during the Han Dynasty, in a quiet town nestled by a river. Here lived a young man named Lu Ming. His family wasn't wealthy, but his spirit was rich with an insatiable hunger for knowledge. Lu Ming believed that learning without a moral compass was like a ship without a rudder, aimless and adrift. So, with this conviction burning in his heart, he embarked on a long journey to seek out the one man who could guide him, the renowned scholar, Master Chen. Master Chen was a figure of immense respect. His knowledge of the ancient classics was legendary, but it was his unwavering commitment to moral conduct that truly set him apart. He welcomed Lu Ming, not just as a student of texts, but as a student of life. Their days began before the first rays of sunlight touched the earth. Master Chen would guide Lu Ming through the rhythmic chants of ancient scriptures, their voices weaving through the quiet morning air. But the lessons didn't end when the sun set in the evenings. The setting would shift from dusty scrolls to heartfelt conversations. Master Chen would speak of righteousness, the quiet strength of humility, and the profound power of compassion. He often reminded his young student, a scholar who chases knowledge but turns his back on virtue is treading a perilous path. True learning illuminates not just the mind, but also the soul. Years flowed by like the river near their home. Lu Ming's intellect sharpened, and his understanding of the world deepened. He could debate complex philosophies and recite lengthy poems with ease. Yet, through all this progress, Master Chen never offered a word of direct praise. He wasn't being cruel. He was being wise. He feared that praise would plant the seed of pride in Lu Ming's heart, a weed that could choke the growth of true wisdom. Instead, Master Chen taught through powerful silence and a life lived with integrity. He showed Lu Ming that the foundation of all learning is built upon two pillars: respect for one as teacher, and the discipline to control oneself. Every gesture, every decision Master Chen made was a lesson in itself. Lu Ming learned to read the wisdom not just in books, but in the quiet dignity of his master. Finally, the day arrived for Lu Ming to face his greatest test, the imperial examination in the capital city. This was the moment he had trained for, a chance to change his destiny and bring honor to his family. But before he set off on this monumental journey, he performed a ritual of profound significance. He went to Master Chen, and without a word, he knelt. He bowed deeply, his forehead touching the ground not once, not twice, but 3 times. When he looked up, his eyes were filled with tears. He spoke, his voice thick with emotion. "Master, without your guidance, I would have been hopelessly lost, not just in my studies, but in the very journey of life. The virtues you have taught me are the compass I will carry for the rest of my days." In the bustling capital, surrounded by the brightest minds of the empire, Lu Ming's brilliance shone through. He excelled in the examinations, achieving the highest possible honors and earning a prestigious appointment from the emperor himself. He was now a man of influence, a noble with a bright future. But success did not corrupt him. While others in his position adorned themselves in lavish silks and pursued wealth, Lu Ming remained unchanged. He wore simple robes, lived a humble life, and treated everyone with kindness and respect. The lessons of Master Chen were not just memorized. They were etched into his very being. Upon his triumphant return to his hometown, the entire village prepared for a grand celebration. They expected a parade, a feast, a display of his newfound status. But Lu Ming had something else in mind. His first act was not to display his medals or recount his achievements. Instead, he made his way directly to the humble home of Master Chen. There, in the same quiet room where he had spent countless hours as a boy, he took a teapot. With his own hands, the hands of a high-ranking official, he carefully poured a cup of tea for his old teacher. Then, just as he had on the day of his departure, he knelt and offered the cup with the deepest reverence. The villagers who had gathered to witness this reunion were stunned into silence. They watched as the celebrated scholar humbled himself before his mentor, his actions speaking louder than any proclamation of success. A murmur went through the crowd, a wave of understanding and admiration. "Look," one of them whispered, "a man who remembers his teacher, even in the heights of glory. That is a man who truly understands the way." And so, Lu Ming's legend grew. He wasn't just remembered as a brilliant scholar or a capable official. He became a symbol of something far more enduring, the timeless virtue of honoring one's teacher and upholding the moral path. His story was told and retold, a reminder that true greatness isn't measured by status or wealth, but by the humility and gratitude we carry in our hearts. It's a powerful lesson from ancient China that resonates just as strongly with us today. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If this story moved you, please give this video a like and subscribe for more tales of wisdom from across the world. See you next time.